CommonWealth Bank in Australia, the bank stock. It is allowing customers to buy Bitcoin and sell it. The first bank in Australia to do it. Woohoo! That might be old news to some of you, but for the people that don't know, that is a brilliant idea from CommonWealth Bank. And just recently, a 10-minute online home loan has just been announced. What else are we going to talk about? We'll look at a little bit of the history of the CommonWealth Bank, as well as we do a stock analysis, as we look at stuff like the market cap, what net profit they're making, the revenue, and with the stock, CommonWealth Bank is a buy-buy or a sell-sell. As you walk out of the bank, you can either go to the bank and go get yourself arrested, and you don't want that, or you can go to the bank and try and get a home loan. You can go to the bank and try and do a term deposit, and so much more with the banking system. And CommonWealth Bank is the biggest in Australia. How about we check out the CommonWealth Bank's history first, and then check out the rest, the stories, the headlines, and everything in between here at Barry Charles. Remember to subscribe to the channel right now, right now, as you get all the latest financial news about any stock you want to know. Just leave it down in the comments below and like the button so we can go out to the beautiful beaches all around the world and live life to the fullest. Anyway, let's go. CommonWealth Bank. The CommonWealth Bank was founded in 1911, so about 110 years ago, nearly 111, and over that time they now have over 800,000 stakeholders and over 52,000 people working for the company. The CommonWealth Bank offers a full range of financial services to the customer. So where was the first branch open? It was Melbourne. Didn't see that one coming, did you? On Collins Street, 15th of July, 1912. There was a merger with the State Bank of Tasmania in 1913, which allowed the opening of the first Sydney branch on Moore Street that is now Martin Place. By 1920, another merger with the Queensland banks, the Queensland Government Savings Banks. The responsibility for note issues is transferred to the CommonWealth Bank from the Commonwealth Treasury. And over the time, another merger happened in the 1990s with the State Bank of Victoria, which allowed them to become the #1 size bank in Australia through all these mergers over time. So what does CommonWealth Bank do? Well, clearly it's all about lending you, the customer, out, whether it's personal banking, investments in stocks and commodities and our crypto, also like term deposits, savings accounts, home loans, business loans, personal loans, all that sort of financial stuff, as they give you the opportunity to grow your money. But can you grow your money in the stock itself? Well, that's why you've come here, to find this all out. But before we get to the stock analysis, let's just have a look at a bit of the current news around the bank to see if this will help you as an investor and to whether or not to buy into this company or not. Well, obviously first, the news in November 2021. The company is allowing you to buy and sell Bitcoin. And to be honest, when that opened up, it was pretty sad news for anyone that went into it. And the banks are probably going, oh my god, why did we do this? Was this a mistake? As you see this train crash all the way down to zero. Just kidding. But Bitcoin has really gone down for a while. But is it on the way back up, smooth sailing, or will it just keep going up and down like a yo-yo? That's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But will it go to 100,000? Will it go to 250? Well, that is the question you have to ask yourself. But for CommonWealth Bank, why is it good for them? So it's still in the trial phase, as they're trying to get more people involved. They're trying to get new investors, probably trying to get the young ones in. Hey, you come invest with us, we'll give you some Bitcoin. Well, the only problem is, are they going to make it cheap enough for them to buy? Because as a lot of people will know in the stock market, especially the older generation, you're paying big money to buy a stock. You could have been paying $20 just to buy one stock, where these days it's like $3, or in a lot of cases it's free to buy a stock now on the online apps we've got now, instead of in the traditional banks. So the CommonWealth Bank and Bitcoin. So obviously looking for new customers for a start, trying to generate more revenue for the company. You can also invest into Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin and others. Let's have a look what the CommonWealth Bank CEO had to say on the point. Matt Common. The adoption of cryptocurrency by the major banks was a direct result of discovering a large number of customers wanted an easy and accessible way to trade in crypto. The emergence and growing demand for digital currency from customers create both challenges and opportunities for the financial sector. which allows for a significant number of new investors and business opportunities. And he all got further on to say that it's a chance for us to grow the company, and that there is going to be risk with crypto, but they're going to try their best to litigate that. So obviously having Bitcoin around and all the other investments, it gives just another opportunity to get more cash into the pockets of the Commonwealth Bank. Yeah, well, the Commonwealth Bank's half-year profit went up 23% to 4.7 billion. That's nice to know for investors out there. But how about the new loan that has just been announced? Is this a good thing for the company? Well, let's check it out right here, right now. The Commonwealth Bank has just launched a new digital home loan, which says its customers can apply in just 10 minutes. It's just like waiting for your coffee. No, same sort of time, which you order your coffee and wait for it at Starbucks. So, no problem. They're calling it an unloan, which I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me, but anyway, the loan will provide only one standard interest rate, depending on whether the customer is an owner-occupier or an investor. Owner-occupiers will only get a rate of 2.14%, while investors it will be 2.44%. The Commonwealth Bank basically is saying the major selling point of the new product is a digital application that only takes 10 minutes. Easy peasy, Japanesey. Customers who are interested refinancing their properties up to $3 million. Woohoo! And up to 80% of their house's value can start applying yesterday, or about a week ago, or when this video comes out, it could be a couple of weeks. Unlike traditional loans, digital loans can be almost entirely handled online using electronic identity checks, e-signatures, and online property valuations. The space has become very competitive lately, including neobanks. They typically offer more competitive rates than the common banks. At the moment, you can't use it for new home loans at this stage, but this is something they're looking at Commonwealth Bank. Anyway, that's a little bit about Commonwealth Bank and what's happening at the moment there. How about we do a little bit of a deep dive into the stock analysis of this company. So Commonwealth Bank, from the history I've got here, since 1999, they're around a $23 stock. Now currently they're just over $100. So that's 4 times your money in, 25 years? They're really that great a deal? I don't think so. But it's not bad for an Australian company, to be honest. It's not bad compared to a lot of other companies out there. So they have been showing some growth over their time. The market cap is about 180 billion currently, with a P/E ratio of 17, and that's where you see a little bit more growth in the stock. But they need a lot more if you want it to skyrocket it up to 200. You need plenty more. You basically need 34 PE, double it, so it'll go up. Will that happen? Well, you have to do your research to find out. Commonwealth Bank is also a dividend stock with a dividend yield of 3.56% a year, which is basically meaning a bit like a home loan. You have to wait 30 years before you pay it off or get 100% ownership of that house. So for Commonwealth Bank, for instance, it's a dividend stock that's okay, which is a nice, fairly solid company, but you're just not going to see a huge growth as well in the stock price. And that's where most people make their money in investing. But also, it can come with more risk. So Commonwealth Bank is a nice, solid company, not much risk involved in a way, because you're always lending out. People always need money, so the banks are always going to be here to stay. But often, you need to buy it at the right time. And obviously, the Rona, a couple of years ago, was the time to buy it. As you could have got the stock for about $58. It was nearly half price, folks. That's when the opportunity was there. And for people that did buy in, you didn't quite double your money yet, but it's getting up there. The Commonwealth Bank's revenue of $6.1 billion is up about 10% on the year. The net income's very impressive, $2.94 billion. That's very impressive. A 20% increase from the year before. That's very good. Very good if you want to invest into this company. Yeah, the thing with banks here, total assets versus total liabilities is pretty much similar with Commonwealth Bank. Not much difference. But that is the case for most banks. They're always loaning out all the time. So that is where their net margins isn't super great, and that's why you don't see the stock price go skyrocketing to the moon. And they've been decreasing their debt for the last 3 or 4 years. So they've cut down on around 20%. So that's very good for the company if you're looking to invest into Commonwealth Bank. So where is the future for Commonwealth Bank or any bank? Where can they get market advantage? So obviously they've looked at a unloan, which will have other people, investors, providing the loan. This looks like what that's the case there. Also looking at getting into the crypto space. Is NFTs next? Well, anything can happen in that space as well. If you want to invest into Commonwealth Bank, I think it's probably one of the better ones to invest into. I would say you'd want a lot lower price. I'm silly, but to me, if I was going to invest into this company, it would be at $50, and that's probably not going to happen. But if we do have a big crash, then that would be the time to buy again. I think you'd do alright if you bought at today's prices, but I don't think it'd be a home run or anything. I think there's much better opportunities out there than Commonwealth Bank to make super duper money. It's going to be tough times ahead in the stock thing, I would say, in the next year or so. You haven't seen this much down under in Australia and New Zealand as yet, but it's really hammering in the US. And if it does come across to here, then what we're wanting, so you can get a better investment and get into the price when it's lower. Now, buying a stock when it's lower doesn't mean it's the right investment. You've got to make sure the company is still growing an opportunity, because if they are going the other way and going downhill, you might be just buying all the way down to zero. So that's just something to think about when you're investing into any stock out there. Remember, all these videos here, this is not financial advice. I'm just giving you the opportunity to learn for education and entertainment purposes only. So for me, the Commonwealth Bank stock, I'd stay away from, for me personally. But if you're in the company and they're going to give you some shares, I wouldn't say no. I would just leave it in there and just take the dividend as it comes along and reinvest it either back into that company or somewhere else. That decision is up to you at home. But that is a little bit about the Commonwealth Bank and the history and a bit of stock analysis, just for you to get a bit of a simple idea of what's happening with Commonwealth Bank at the moment. Anyway, that's enough from me. I like if you can subscribe to the channel and smash the like button, because you are amazing and we want you to be safe out there when you make any investments. So take care out there, and I'll see you at the next video.